Hey BB-8, let's go for a walk. 200 hours for a 2-minute video. Here you go. I got an urgent message from the rebel base. I should head there. BB-8, let's go. BB-8, stop checking over there. Let's head to the rebel base. We reached the rebel base, but it was already very late. The troopers got inside and they were hitting with everything to open the doors. It was our last stand, and I asked BB-8, are you ready to kill these troopers? After blasting the door, BB-8 started rolling over all the stormtroopers and killing them, shooting them one by one with lasers and upgraded systems. BB-8 also helped other Jedis to kill the troopers. It was chaos and darkness, and through the darkness came the bone-chilling sound. BB-8, Darth Vader is here. Run! The day I have been waiting for. Me versus Vader. BB-8, Darth Vader is dead. I am so excited today to show you all the hard work that I have been putting into this BB-8 demo. It's n8n robotics at its best and maybe world's first. So this is the stack. These are all the tools that we have used to get to that end video. It's a small trailer. I'll show it to you before we jump into the stack. So let's start from the start. What's happening? A user, he sends a voice command, and by the way, this is internet. This is your public cloud. And the first thing that happens is when a voice command is spoken to a retail AI agent, it's a very, very simple voice agent command. We are using ChatGPT 4.1. You don't need to use 5 or anything. It's a simple prompt. And all we are telling it, like when a user says, hey, BB-8, call the n8n function, which is the backbone, and that is going to make our BB-8 play. How does the BB-8 look like? Like this. Beautiful. This is the Sphero robot we are going to use. It has been discontinued. The app does not work anymore, so it has been heck of a journey to get this working. And I was so passionate that I wanted to get it working. So finally, I'm so excited you can see that. So what happens is once the retail AI is spoken, it has to trigger our n8n, which is on our local box. I will tell you why on the local box and why not on n8n cloud or any other VPS. We'll come to there, but let's see what happens. So first thing, it goes and triggers Cloudflare, which is a no trust tunnel. That tunnel, if you see, n8n AWS AI Pro, this is where our n8n is running. So technically it's running on local machine, which is over here. However, that is tunneled internally to the public internet using n8n AWS AI Pro. So if I go to n8n AWS AI Pro, we will see our n8n. This is what we are going to check. And if you go back, so where is our n8n? Let's go back. Our n8n is hosted on a local Docker container. So it's a complex stack. You see there are multiple layers, and this is on our local machine. And that's why there is a little bit delay when you ask BB to do something and the way it responds. So it comes to our Docker container. Docker container has multiple things inside because it's using Docker Compose. Inside that is our n8n running. The first thing which happens through retail AI, we need retail AI just for speech recognition, NLP. Speech to text happens and a webhook is triggered. This is the webhook, which is in n8n. And this is the workflow, which looks like pretty simple workflow, nothing fancy. The fancy stuff is in Python, and n8n does not support Python wholly as of now, plus bunch of complications on how to use Python. We'll get there. Simple workflow. Chat was just for testing. Webhook will receive it, will normalize the query no matter where it gets from, so that our agent knows what to do. Once the query comes to the command center knows what to do, and based on the query, it is going to call bunch of these methods. These are nothing but the methods we are going to use. Yes, no, spin the head. So depending upon what user asks, all these things will happen, and it just calls this. So what happens to this webhook, right? If we go to our BB-8 workflow, which is this, technically what happens is we're calling an endpoint. So inside our Docker internal, we are calling a 9001 BB-8 now. Wow. So what is this 9001? So if I go to my local host and 9001, we should see our Flask server running. What is Flask? It's Python. We'll get there. If you want to learn more, we'll have an entire robotic course of this on my Skool community, which is going to be a paid community starting October 15th. We are going to teach there. It's going to be a comprehensive course on how you yourself can do this step by step, but it is coming. These are the commands, bunch of BB-8 commands that I have done. We can write more, we can extend the functionality, and these are few scenes which are a combination of these BB-8 commands to enact a scene, which is there in the video that you just saw, and few sound effects. There are more sound effects, but we did not add the endpoints in the Flask servers. The Flask server is also running locally. Why? Because our BB-8 is being controlled via Bluetooth, which is connected through the Mac, and it needs a local connection. I could get it working through internet as well, which we have actually through the Cloudflare tunnel, but everything, the setup has to be local. That's it. Because our BB-8 is local. This is the beauty. This is the beauty which we used. So, and this is our real-time monitoring. So this is polling the desktop, the Mac, and getting the responses back. So depending upon if it is getting from the HTTP request, which is from our n8n, it gets a HTTP request. If it is a local request, then it gets a local request. So you can call it, basically it's a server, right? It's a Python server. So if I show you this, these are all the backbone scripts which are custom coded using Cloud. If you see Cloud Sonnet 4, this is what made it happen. This is what has made it happen. There is a monitoring running over here, and this is what feeding our Flask server over here. So there is a local process running, and depending upon where it is coming, it's a direct command from the terminal. So if I put it from the terminal, if I run from over here, like curl or Python BB-8 control, wake up, then BB-8 wakes up, it gets triggered. You can monitor it over here. So it's a complete functional system, and I am so proud that I have done this. I have invested so many hours, and I don't expect anything in return. It's just a passion project that I have been working on for like over a month right now. But I have spent like almost 18 hours every day just to get this thing done. I know I'm crazy. So yeah, going back to our Miro board. So what happens after this is it triggers the Flask server. Flask server is running on 9001. This is the control center. We call these methods using this. I know this workflow could have been simplified, but people don't like simplified workflows. They like to see these spider webs. That's why I created it. Sorry for that. It's just for fun. And this is the control center or the monitor that we have showed it to you. So now what's happening behind? Like, what is this? Or how does the BB-8 get triggered? Everything is running on my Mac, by the way. So let's come over here. Python. Python is the language that makes everything happen. Now the problem is, why is the app not supported? Because the Bluetooth drivers have been evolved. They have been improved. Their latest drivers, BB-8 does not support them. The environment that BB-8 used to support, it's not supported anymore. Operating systems they have, they have improved and stuff. So a lot of stuff does not work. That's why it's not on the App Store and it's deprecated. It's gone. So I have to literally revive BB-8 from its death. And oh boy, it was a journey. Oh boy, it was a journey. So we created a virtual environment in Python, which makes it possible for this BB-8 to come alive. Okay. What libraries did we use? Because the new libraries are not usable. Like you can't use it. If you go to Sphero server, this is a Sphero bot. But if you go to Sphero server, you won't have these because they're deprecated. So some magical guy had this library, which is there on GitHub, which I accidentally stumbled on, and it worked. Oh boy, the joy when the BB-8 moved was amazing. It's unprecedented. So after that, we started writing the custom Python code. I am a coder, but I did not write this. I just tweaked it a little bit. I know how to program. But what we used was an editor called as Visual Studio Code. And through Visual Studio Code, we have a Amazon Q developer, in turn, which is connected to the Amazon Builder account, which gives me access to the Claude model. You can use Cursor as well. I'm just giving the way I did it. You can use Cursor, you can use whatever you want. And then this is just the summary, like what we had done. Like, we created the control system, then the n8n integration, the command development, the bowling motion, like when it moves in the scene that you've seen, the scene creation, like what it is going to do in that scene. So these are the files that we use. The Sphero server is the Flash server. README, it is going to be available when the course comes out. The README, the setup, everything is going to be step by step over there. All the sounds that BB-8 makes, those sounds are in that directory, and we are calling it randomly using Python. So yeah, bunch of stuff over here. But this was if Cloud Sonnet was not there, this would not have been possible. I have used ChatGPT, I have used Gemini, trust me, I've used everything, nothing works. Claude, when it comes to coding, nobody can do it better than Claude. So that's how it is. Now, we used bunch of other stuff, which I want to go through in the video. The images, the starting images that we created, or I created, was using Nano Banana, best image generator out there. I also used Leonardo.ai. However, Nano Banana is out of the world. It's just amazing the way it created those pictures. Yeah. So these were the stupid shots which I took of myself, which got converted into, like, this picture got converted into this. Like, how cool is that, right? Look at that. How cool is this picture into this? Like, that's the power of Nano Banana. It's mind-blowing. And then the walking scene, that's me, and that's what you saw in the video. Beautiful. So that's what we used Nano Banana for. And then we use Flow to take that image and convert that into a video scene. So if you want to love this tech in AI, we have dedicated courses for Nano Banana, like images. We have dedicated courses for video generation, your avatar generation, AI influences, bunch of stuff coming. If you want to register for our workshop, it's at www.fasttrackaimastery.com. I'll put the link in the description. So I also use Sora, which is ChatGPT, which is also phenomenal, but it works sometimes, it does not. So I use a combination of all three, and I also use Gemini, by the way, to create images. Gemini is also phenomenal. After that, we use n8n. Of course, n8n is the backbone, which makes all of this integration happen with voice to speech to text, then speech to text to the code, then code back to text, and text back to speech. So that's the journey. And it comes from internet, comes to my local machine, and then from back, it goes to Cloudflare Tunnel, and then it goes to ReadLI. Twilio is the phone number. If I want to call BB-8, I can call it as well. That integration is there. However, we are not testing that. I have already done that in Jarvis. If you want, I'll put a link in the description. Flash server, this is what puts the Python code on a HTTP server. And using n8n, we can only call, we can call HTTP endpoints, and that's how I wanted to do it. so that the integration is there. I'm not relying completely on my local setup, which I didn't want to, honestly. So I wanted a web interface, and that's why the Flask. Cloudflare, of course, it's for the private tunnel, for taking my local n8n setup to a HTTPS local internet endpoint, a secure endpoint on Cloudflare. Retail AI, of course, for our speech to text conversion engine, Retail AI. Docker, n8n is running inside Docker, so all of this you're watching on YouTube. Without that, I would be nowhere. It's been a journey, and we are around 3,000 subscribers right now within 2 months, and that's just amazing. ChatGPT 5, basically OpenAI. We have been using ChatGPT for a lot of stuff, for screenwriting, for the scene writing, the movie creation, script, my script. Right now I'm not reading from anything, you can tell. Gemini AI Studio, of course, Flow, all of these things are integrated into Gemini. Vibe coding, Claude. Without vibe coding, this project would have taken at least 6 months for 10-15 developers, and still it may not have been done. So vibe coding is the way to go. You don't need to learn Python, you don't need to learn anything. All you need to do is vibe coding, and we have a vibe coding course as well. I'm sorry, I'm promoting myself, but we do have it. So Amazon Q developer, as we said. Bluetooth. Now Bluetooth, this was a tricky one because the new Bluetooth libraries doesn't work, so we had to get the old Bluetooth libraries, and that's why we created the environment through which we are connecting to BB-8. And even if you're trying this, best of luck. That was the connection is the worst part in this to get it working. So definitely best of luck with that if you guys are trying. Visual Code, our editor IDE, that's where I put all the code in there. It created my structure, everything beautiful. The project structure, the directory structure, everything was done by Visual Code using Claude Sonnet. This I cannot emphasize this enough. Like Claude Sonnet, boy, it's amazing. Python, of course, the Bob of programming language, the godfather of programming language. It's the best. ScreenFlow is what I used to record this. If you see, this is the ScreenFlow engine. A lot of work went into it. Trust me, I'm like, when I said like all of these small things, when the sound will come in, I'm not a pro. And it took me heck long of a time to get the right BB-8 sounds. These are the BB-8 sounds that we can see over here. A lot of work went into it, guys. Handbrake. So whenever I used to record using my iPhone, those are not usable inside ScreenFlow. If you guys are facing that issue, first convert them into MP4 using Handbrake or any other tool. Handbrake is free, it's open source, and that's what I used. Canva, boy, all my thumbnails, everything, all the image editing, a lot of things happen in Canva. Free version, I don't even have a paid version, and boy, it's an amazing piece of software. Audacity for all the cuts of all these little chunks of pieces that you see. The copyright free music that I downloaded from a bunch of places, that was cut, split, enhanced in Audacity, which is another free tool. I also use Final Cut Pro sometimes for a bunch of my scene transitions and all, but recently I have been using more of ScreenFlow. These are the sounds that we used. You cannot hear most of them in the video, but because there is a lot of music going on, and I suppressed them because I wanted to showcase the video more than the sounds. But the BB-8 sounds are still there. The beeps and things like that, you can still hear them loud and clear. Just the yes and no are not there. And these are the videos, just to show you guys that these are the videos that I shot on the green screen to put it into the movie. A lot of hard work went to it. I have been working on this for a long time right now, and it might be the world's first using n8n. Let's do a quick wake up and see if our robot is responding, and I'll show you the robot right now. Wait, so it's executing. The wake command was sent, the background is Python, and the BB-8 responded. So the way we are going to do this is we're going to use Retail AI for our voice commands, and then execute a scene where the BB-8 walks in the market. So let's try it out. Hey BB-8, let's go for a walk.
User wants to go for a walk with BB-8.
That's it. I really hope you liked it. And at the end, if you want to learn how to do this, right now we have a free Skool community. Go over there. I'll put a link in the description. We put a lot of stuff in over there. However, a paid community is coming, and this is going to be a part of that. You can also purchase this course once it comes out inside the AI Champions free community, but it will be a little bit of paid price, but you'll get a step-by-step instruction on how to use n8n for robotics. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We are going to do more robotic experiments, and all of those will also be updated in the course free of cost once you get the course. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. As you see, I am super excited to share it with you guys, and a lot of hard work went into it. If you guys can please like or subscribe, do whatever, share on this video. It helps spread the words. Comment on it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and spread it, man. Spread it to everybody that you know. It really helps. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the Skool community. Take care.